Guys, we're talking to Marsh, writer for State of the U. Okay, Marsh, you know I follow you on Twitter. Great follow, by the way. Follow my guy Marsh on Twitter, at Hurricane Marsh. You've been going in on Dan Enos. I loaded up this stream, and probably half the comments is about get Dan Enos out of here. So, first, how do you think the play calling was versus Pittsburgh? And then secondly, just overall, what do you think about Dan Enos as the offensive coordinator for Miami?
You know what? I haven't gone back and watched the film yet, but I mean, until the end of the last drive of the game where we scored, that offense was pretty just pitiful to watch. And, obviously it comes, you also have to factor in the offensive line and that N'Kosi Perry just played awful yesterday. But, some of the frequent, it's really just, it's the same thing every week. One of the things that makes me so mad about Dan Enos' offense is that it's so predictable. I mean, 50% of Twitter can call when a jet sweep is coming or when a play action screen is coming in. Yesterday it just wasn't working. Pittsburgh had a great defensive game plan, and our offense could not do anything, and it was so apparent. In general, I was really excited about Dan Enos coming, but after 8 games, it's pretty obvious that he wants to run his system, but I mean, it's just the personnel that the Hurricanes have is just not in the cards. And so, if I'm Manny Diaz and if I'm Blake James, I'm getting rid of Dan Enos after the season, just so the Hurricanes.
Oh man, you getting rid of him after the season?
Sorry, go ahead.
You're getting rid of him after the season? Goodbye, just like that?
I am, man. I am, and I'll tell you why. It's we can go into 2020 and try and run the same pro-style offense that Dan Enos wants to run, but at the end of the day, it's just not what's going to win at Miami. I did a lot of research this past weekend on why Miami needs to implement the spread offense and why they need to bring in a play caller and offensive coordinator that runs the spread, because it's just so obvious that's where college football is. That's that's what winning teams do. Nick Saban has implemented it. All these LSU has implemented it, and they're scoring 45 points a game. So why aren't the Hurricanes, with all of these track stars and speedsters from South Florida, why aren't we using it? Instead, we're lining up bunched up in the pro style, and it's just not going to work. It's not, the Hurricanes, we've been stuck in this rut with offensive coordinators since 2003, and we just need to make a change that fits our personnel.
Okay, so I want to play devil's advocate. I want to let people know I'm not the biggest Dan Enos fan. I think he's a great quarterback. I mean, I've seen N'Kosi fundamentals improve, and I like what I see with Jaren. So I think he's done great work with those guys. But I do want to play devil's advocate. I want to look at the other side of things. What about people saying like, hey, Enos came in here to run his system. He needs to get his players. The reason that I give our defense so much slack early in the year is because Manny recruited half of those guys. Maybe Enos needs time to get people in his system to run his offense. What do you say to those people?
Well, I can see where that's coming from, but at the same time, Miami has players now that would work wonderful in a more spread offense. So why wait 2 more years, 3 more years for Enos to quote unquote have his guys instead of making the necessary changes as soon as possible and doing the most with the players that you have? I mean, you have Jeff Thomas, you have Brevin Jordan, you have Mike Harley, you have Mark Pope. Those guys they're not designed to be bunched up close in this, and it's weakening their talent, honestly, and their potential. And so, yeah, I mean, we can wait a few years for Enos to have his guys, but while we're waiting, we're just going to see the same old results. We're going to just be scoring 15 to 20 points a game instead of winning and scoring more points right now if we go with more of a spread guy.
All right. What is what's the worst play that you've seen Dan Enos call, or what was the moment when you were just like, I'm through with Enos?
Oh man, I've had many. Like throughout the season.
Yes. Any point during the season.
Oh boy. Against Virginia, I mean, when you run a jet sweep at like the 6-yard line to Brevin Jordan on 3rd and goal, that was pretty shocking to see. But then the next week against Georgia Tech, you pretty much a double reverse to KJ Osborne near the goal line. That obviously didn't work, and it's like screens when they're backed up on their own 1-yard line, and it's just it's funny because everyone else has seen how bad it is, but we see the same calls week after week after week. So yeah, there's definitely been a few.
Yeah, I think mine. Although there has been a couple, so and I know this is gonna sound funny, but I'm the NCAA player. Like if you play me in Madden or NCAA, I'm gonna do the same play until you can stop it. So if you can't, so if I see Cam Harris run the ball for 35 yards, guess what I'm gonna do the next play? I'm gonna give it to Cam Harris.
Run the ball.
Yeah, but it's like, I've seen several times where our running back breaks into the red zone off of a long run, and then the next three plays are passes, and I'm like, man, I do not understand that. But
there are a few cases of that. I can't remember if there was any of those cases yesterday, but against Georgia Tech, I mean, there was an instance where Cam busted out like a 25, 30-yard run, and we had the ball at the Georgia Tech on first down, and we ran 3 straight passes. We got sacked once, and it was just a wasted scoring opportunity. So I don't see why he doesn't build off what's going right in the offense. It's kind of like Mark Richt, with the situation that we were in with Mark Richt last year, where I think there's a little stubbornness in there that he's not willing to change his system. And so I guess we just got to see how the rest of the year plays out with his offense.
All right, guys, we're talking to Mars from the State of the U.